right, so we'd like to welcome you to the South Point Car and Truck Show, sponsored by Star Nursery, and I'm here with my good friend Chris Klein.
Wonderful event so far. We have so many people out here enjoying the day. What better way to enjoy your Saturday is come out to the South Point Hotel and look at a bunch of awesome trucks and bikes and race cars and you name it, we have it here. And the best thing is we're going to raise a ton of money to help kids in need in our valley. And Sherri and I are really, really proud to team up on this event and really rock and roll, and hopefully we can keep going and make this event just way more bigger than it already is, and this place is packed. So if you weren't lucky enough to be here this year, keep an eye out on the Speedway Children's Charity Las Vegas branches, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we'll announce the dates for next year, and also the South Point will be promoting it. Nostalgic will be, Klein's Classic Cars will be, and we'll let you know so you can come out next year because this is going to be just fabulous, going to keep growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, just thank you very much for coming out and supporting the Speedway Children's Charity.
Hey folks, my name is Ken Saper and I'm here at the South Point Hotel and Casino for the Speedway Children's Charity event. And this is an amazing show, folks. If you haven't been here, you need to come out and see it. It's all for a great cause. I have brought my 32 Ford Highboy. It was a project car in 2003 that the company I work for, Speedway Engineering, got involved in. And at the end of the build and at the end of the requirements, I was able to purchase it from the builder, Merle Goldsberry, in Springfield, Ohio. And anyways, folks, we have driven the car 30,000 miles in the last few years. We absolutely enjoy the hot rodding world and the people that we've met along the way. This particular car has a fiberglass body. Actually, you know, we call it a 32 Ford, but there isn't really one Ford part on the car. With our quick change rear ends and the Heights front end, the Viper Red. Henry would have never gone for Viper Red, I don't think, but we sure enjoy it. So anyways, folks, come on out, have some fun, spend some money on the Speedway Children's raffles. This car has been the longest trip we did with it. We went to Dearborn for the 75th anniversary of the 32 Fords. We went down to Charlotte and entered it in some shows down in Charlotte area because we're very involved with the NASCAR racing and those guys like it. But it's been probably 250 shows in its life. We were in Big Bear last week, but I don't know. Hey folks, we missed you this year at the Speedway Children's Charity Show, but be sure and try to make it back here next year. I believe it's going to be on the same date, same time, same place. Thank you.
like to tell you about my car. Right here we have our 1941 Studebaker Commander. We've had her for about 4 months. We got her so that we'd have a family car to carry our kids around in. She's pretty much all original except for her color. It's a little bit lighter than her original color, but here she is, and her name is Rosie. You know, I was looking online, I saw the bullets, and then I found this one and fell in love with this model. We got her from Northern California. She was up in Sacramento. She used to be one of the presidents of their Studebaker Club's car. This is the first car show she's been in, to continue to enjoy her and take her to car shows so that other people can enjoy her. We're going to try to keep her as original as we can. The interior is, you know, a little faded, a little worn, a little loved. So we're just going to try to use her and keep her as original as possible and then update her when the time comes. I think that just as a Studebaker, it's pre-war, it's a 1941. The fact that she made it out past that is pretty big. We've been told that she gets 21 miles per gallon. I think the fastest she can go is about 55. Right, thank you for coming to the car show this year. If you didn't make it this year, there's always one next year. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, you can go ahead and contact me. I'm Nicole Evans with Urban Nest Realty, the Kelly James Group.
We're here at the car show today at South Point's Children's Charity, and today I brought my 1932 Roadster. It's a tribute car to Popcorn Sutton, the famous whiskey runner. I've got down here, I got his actual banjo and his actual whiskey bottles. So I just came her out of paint by Hot Kiss Restorations. She just had the brand new paint job put on her. Actually been on the road for 3 days. The gun is just a prop gun. I did it because, you know, all whiskey runners had to have a gun. You know, got a little protection with them. So I went with the 32 revolver because that was the gun back in the day in 1932. So I'll get it, 32 revolver, 32 car. It's got the 283 in it. I went with a 283 engine in it because I wanted the horsepower, but I didn't want too much torque to spin the body. In the trunk, I actually have a whiskey box, what they used to put whiskey in. I made a top for it and I put my battery in it, and so it's now my battery box, which nobody knows, and it's for obviously reasons of the whiskey running. So that way I can hide my battery instead of whiskey, and I'm not legal. I'm not illegal. I've been at the Fremont Car Show. I actually won Best of Show there, and that was before the paint. This is actually my second big show for this car. Keeping it till I die. The biggest plans I have for the car is I want to keep the whole popcorn theme going for the rest of my life because I don't ever want him to be forgotten. No, I went with the CD player, hidden CD player underneath the seat. I got a hidden CD player, 283. I got an electric trunk and the suicide doors. Fiberglass hood, makes it a little bit lighter, keeps it cool in its town. Don't forget Popcorn Sutton. My name is Dean Sutton, obviously Popcorn Sutton's nephew. I'll see you at the next car show. You guys enjoy. Thank you for coming.
Hi, we're here at the car show at the South Point, the Speedway Charities car show, and we're here with my 2004 Mercury Marauder. This is a car I've owned for 4 years. It's supercharged. It has one of the 250 supercharger kits made by Trilogy. Car's 15,000 original miles, and it's one of the 7,500 or so that made in black. I haven't done really much to this car. I bought it basically the way that it sits right here. That was the whole idea. I wanted to buy a car that I didn't have to do a lot of work to. I'd owned one previously, so I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted with my second one. And what I primarily wanted was to have a supercharger on the car. So when I bought this one, it was a low mileage, one owner car. After I bought it, I simply cleaned it, maintained it, and have driven it actually about 7,000 miles in 4 years. The Marauder story was Mercury wanted to come out with a personal sport luxury car, kind of after what the Impala SS was. So in 2000, they put together the first Marauder. It was primarily a show car. It made all the new car shows around the country to help promote the car that was going to come out. They did a lot of research and development specifically for the Marauder package. The first one came out in 2003, and they made 11,052 of them. They came in 4 different colors: black, blue pearl, silver, and maroon pearl. I've taken it to a lot of the local car shows here in town. I've gone to Boulder City. I've gone to the car show on Eastern. I've gone to some cruise nights that are every month here in town. Just all the nice little local car shows here in Las Vegas. I've updated some rear suspension components, which would be the upper and lower control arms and the Watts link. I went from the stamped steel ones from the factory to billet aluminum ones from an aftermarket company, and it really stiffens up the back end. Performance is very surprising in a car like this. With the supercharger, it now has about 400 horsepower, and it really gets the car off the line. If you're not careful, you'll just smoke the tires without any problem at all. Fuel economy, it's still pretty good. You get about 16 in the city and about 24 on the highway. Well, I use good wax on it, and I keep it indoors. I keep the car covered, and I dust it off. I always wipe it down with a detailer before I do any wiping. And luckily, in 2004, Ford had gotten their paint program pretty dialed in, because previously they had problems, like a lot of the manufacturers did, with peeling. That's because they were experimenting with water-based paint, and it wasn't sticking to the sealer and whatnot. But in 2004, they got that figured out. So this car has a very good paint job on it from the factory. I'm not sure, but I think it was in the plant in the east somewhere, because this car was originally bought in Ohio. It's an Ohio car, so whatever the factory was in Ohio, and off the top of my head, I forget. Yeah, these are the original, unique to the Marauder wheels. They're polished alloy with clear powder coat, and they're 18 by 8 in their size. In fact, these tires were the unique tires for the Marauder. These are the original tires. They're 14 years old, and they don't make them anymore, so they're kind of rare for the car too. This is a great show. It's an indoor venue. It's very comfortable in here. So if you can't make it down here this year in 2018, look forward to it next year in 2019.
It's a great event here today for car folks. It's sponsored by the Speedway Children's Charities. Donations here go to help all kinds of children's charities across Las Vegas. You're looking at a 1955 Ford Skyliner. The colors are tropical rose and raven black, and yes, it's pink. The car there were 1,999 built in 1955, and it's what we call seemed like a good idea at the time because it has a glass roof over the driver's seat, and they get kind of hot. This particular car is really a modern car in a 50s dress. It has a full modern drivetrain, Ford Racing 351, four-wheel disc brakes, air, cruise, satellite radio, and it's our everyday car. Everyone, when I'm in town, and I take it to the Walmart and the grocery store and the dog park, and my German Shepherd loves to ride in it, and he gets really mad when he hears it leave the garage and he's not in it. The comments I get are, what the heck is it? Because people have never seen it, much less with the glass roof. And I explain it's a Ford, and you don't see a lot of the old Fords anymore. And then other comments are, it looks great, and that can't be your everyday car, and that sort of thing. The engine is a Ford Racing 351. It's fuel injected. Car has four-wheel disc brakes, air, cruise, satellite radio, front rear sway bars, posi, four-core radiator. That's why it can be our everyday car. And when we bought it, I told my wife we could have this or a new Cadillac. I'm picking this. All the Speedway car shows are great. This is a fantastic one because it's air conditioned. We're out of the sun, no sunscreen. Having an indoor show is fantastic. I hope they keep doing this. Speedway has other car shows over the year. There's usually one in the spring as well. Come if you can because it's a great charity to support.
Great, and it's all about seeing cars like this one, this child car.
Hello, this is Doug Hope. We're here at South Point Car Show. This is my 1977 Lotus Esprit. It's tangerine. I started the ground-up restoration in 2004. Took 4 years to complete. And I've had it run in many different shows, been in a few magazines, and it's basically original Lotus 4-cylinder 16-valve engine. The horsepower is originally 195 horse, and we've done a few little things to upgrade it, new carburetors, few little things with the valves and so on. This is a timeless design, and I would say 90% of the people think it's a DeLorean or a Lamborghini, but this was all designed basically by the same designer that designed the DeLorean, the Lamborghinis, and the Ferraris. This is a weekend fun car. You must drive them every day. Just start them up and get the oil and the juices going, and they run great. If they sit, then you run into problems. You don't want these cars to sit. You've got to run them. This is one of the James Bond cars that was in 2 of the movies. One is The Spy Who Loved Me, and I can't think of the other one, but both of them were Roger Moore movies. They have since changed these to V8s, widened the body, redesigned the body more aerodynamically, and that's where they're at today, and now they use Toyota motors. There was over 500 of these made in 1977. Yes, and this one's 205, was made in May of 77. I purchased it here in Las Vegas out of a guy's backyard who was sitting in the sun. So it's been a Vegas car for a long time. The body is all fiberglass tubs underneath, and the chassis is a metal chassis, tube chassis, goes right through the middle through the engine bay, and it's a mid-engine.
I know you're a big guy. How do you fit in there?
It's not easy. It's not easy. But most guys can fit in there if they know how to get in. It's a little technique, tuck and roll.
Yeah, okay.
But it's been in a few magazines to advertise James Bond movies. In the past, probably 6-7 years. Haggerty, a few other magazines have picked it up.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of kids think it's a kit car. Thanks for the interview, and hope to see you next year here. And if you folks didn't show up this year, you gotta come next year.
Hey, my name is Albert. I'm here at a car show, truck show here at the South Point Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here I am bringing my 2018 Peterbilt truck here, built by Rush Truck Center in Fontana, California. Work done also from Mike Fletcher in Lancaster, California. Here is a 2018. It has a 605 Cummins engine. It's been custom painted. Frame's been repainted, air cleaners is all custom inside. And also this truck here runs into Denver, Colorado. It hasn't started yet, but it will in October. I have painted fuel tanks. My frame's repainted. I have aluminum fifth wheel polish. I have half fenders. I have extra lights. My interior's done up, painted yellow. Yeah, this is a working truck here, and it moves all the time. And this truck here runs into LA to Denver, LA into Phoenix, LA into Las Vegas. But my primary haul is Denver, Colorado. Hey, be safe out there on the road when you see me.
My name is Nick Bouillon. I'm here at the Car and Truck Show in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm here with my 97 Peterbilt. It's a 379 stand-up. It's owned by my dad, Shane Bouillon. and we typically run Louisiana, Texas, the southern states. We haul all field equipment. The truck works every day. We drove just over 1,900 miles the day before we got to the show. It's got a 3406 E-Cat 455 with a 13-speed and air ride by horse on the front end. We got the polish work done by Little Sisters, and you know, it's a winch truck. It works every day, and it earns its own keep. And we just do our best to keep it looking good. I can get up from where it's at. I can pick it up about 10.5 inches to get a little more ground clearance when we go to rig locations and stuff like that. No, the bumper's mounted. I got enough travel with the airbags that it can clear what I need. I pull a drop deck normally. It's a 3-axle drop deck, 53 foot. We normally all stuff to keep all rigs going, natural gas pipelines, you know, pretty much all field related industry. We also pull flatbed, RGN. The truck has a winch on it, so I can load myself and unload myself with certain equipment. And we just try to stay busy. You know, the truck has 1.8 million miles on it as it sits right now. So it puts in a lot of work. My dad's owned it since 2001. It depends. On a good day with a load, I can maybe get 5. On a big load with some wind and a hill, I might get down to 3.5. You know, but she don't give up though. I don't know what my turbo boost is, but my manifold pressure will get up to 40. If I'm pulling a good load and hit a hill, I'll get my boost up to 40 with a single turbo. I've seen them, but those are race trucks that are actually built for that. Well, guys, if you see me on the road, give us a wave. We'll blow the horn at you. Just give us room when you get over. Cutting us off is dangerous for all of us. See y'all next time.
Okay, we're here at the car show from the Speedway, and we're over here at the South Point. And sitting here, I have my 1974 Ford Maverick, 351 Windsor, all aluminum, stroked out to a 427 with an 871 blower. I've had the car since 1974. It was originally my high school grocery getter car, and slowly but surely it evolved into what you see today. It's got a Ford 9-inch cut down, 411 gears. It's got a 5-speed Linko, stroker to a 427, 2 Demons. It'll do a low 10 on a quarter, and it's all tubbed out, all aluminum, and that's pretty much it. An Austin 17-point roll cage. My brother was the builder of the car. I originally got this car with no intentions of doing anything but going to school and from school, and it evolved to what you see right now. It's an all-steel car, for the exception right now. The fenders are the only thing fiberglass. Everything else on the car is steel. It's an all-steel car. Yep. And it has a 125 shot of nitrous. No, we don't do that anymore. We like to just show it off now. We used to do the illegal street races back in the day, but they're getting a little hairy, so this is a little safer. It's capable of doing a low 10s the way it's set up right now. Possibly more if we tune it, but the way it sits, the low 10. It's considered a pro street car. Yes, we drove it in, we trailered it. We live up in northwest Las Vegas, and we trailered it into here, and we just drove it up the ramp and drove it into here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it turned some heads, yeah. Oh, we get things like, oh, my grandmother used to have one of these, and I remember this. My grandma had it from, back in the day. I get people walk up and go, is this a Vega? No, it's a Ford. The hood, it's a steel grabber hood. We were able to notch things out. I mean, it was painstaking. We did it a quarter of an inch at a time. Taking it off, putting it on, taking it off, putting it on. We cut basically with a metal cutter, 1/4 inch at a time until it finally fit to what you see right now. Yeah. It's got a motor plate in front, holds a motor. We needed to do that to create room. I mean, everything on this car is super tight, from changing the spark plugs to, no, firewall's original. Everything on this car is original. Everything works. The reverse lights work, the turn signals work, the headlights work. Everything on this car works. We pretty much have it all set up the way we wanted it to. I mean, there's not much more we can do to it, really. I remember when we started it, there was no internet, so it was all word of mouth. Everything we had to look for the car, all word of mouth. We had to improvise on a lot. You know, now you could just go to the internet and find what you need. We've taken it here. We've been up to the Speedway. We've been up to a couple of car shows raising money for children's autism. We've done that. The trunk or treats, we've done those. Yeah. Been there. Thinking of Mesquite, but we don't know. Please stop by, check out my car. We'll see you again next year.